Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to another this, a brand new day filled with hope and promise, dreams and nightmares, dread and terror. All the things that life is filled with. Thumbs up for that. Ooh. I had yogurt, and then I washed down a bunch of potassium tablets and a caffeine tablet with a great big a mouthful of soda, and so I've got all these chemicals fighting it out inside of my stomach. Yay! So if I have to stop and belch, that's why. For the Shelton, first, because my chair is broken, I have had to adjust the height. It used to be really low. I kept it low, because that was good for my back and stuff. But I kept falling backward because my chair is broken. You know, and the part that keeps it upright is literally broken. It's broken metal. The chair is broken. So I've ordered a new chair, but it's going to be sometime through the 21st through the 29th of this month is going to show up. So that's 3 weeks I got to live with a broken chair. So to keep it from just, fighting constantly to keep it forward instead of falling backward and breaking off entirely, I had to lift it upward so my view is pushed upward, and so there's all sorts of blank space that hasn't been there, and so it looks weird and I don't like it, and that's what's going on. So thumbs up. But for the Shelton, Washington weather and plague rat report, it was late when I went out, which is weird because I kept trying to go out earlier, but it was late when I went out, and at least people were wearing masks, so that's good, that I saw. But I do my best to avoid people when I'm out. I took a shower. That's why. I took a shower yesterday afternoon. And so usually I don't take a walk at all because taking a shower is long, hard, and painful. But I went out for walkies anyway and pushed and didn't see a whole lot of people, as stated. The ones that I saw usually had masks on, and inside they seemed to. So that's good. It wasn't raining last night. It's not raining now, but it's dark outside, so thumbs up on that. Yay! A very good thing. Past that, the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about today is once again a creative endeavor. Way back in the mid-90s, well, even before that, after I'd gotten out of the Air Force and I had still a whole bunch of weird things, I got an Amiga computer, and it had some software so you could make your own comic book stuff on it. And I had made a couple issue thing called The Adventures of Lemonhead. And it was a superhero type thing about this character, Lemonhead, who was a villain, and that his power was, as long as he knew an attack was coming, he's invincible. And so he would rent himself out to heroes where they could beat him up for money. And so one of the regular people that would do that was this guy called Dark Mask. And so he would regularly get beat up for money, and then Dark Mask would go out and get the low-level fame for being a good guy. Well, in the thing, it was only run about 4 issues, but in the first episode, Lemonhead dies. He just gets killed. And then it's his adventures as he tries to come back to life. And then he comes back to life, but he's brought back to life as a duck. And it just ended there. Last night I was thinking about it because it's been like 30 years and I still think about it. And I still got a copy of my collected adventures of Lemonhead. And I finally realized how that story needs to be done and how it should be done now that I've matured and such. Part of it is I've been thinking about the human connection on stuff and how nothing matters, and so everything matters. We leave connections on each other. There was a person who had left a post from a teacher who had gotten a text from a student from 3 years. They graduated 3 years prior, and they said, "Hi, I was your student. I still think about you because it helps me during my times of anxiety." And this teacher was saying, yeah, what we do matters. And yeah, trying to leave an impact on the world is hard. The system takes care of those sort of things. Any sort of trying to get out of the system is incorporated by the system. Rebellion against the system is incorporated by the system. You see that. The system is resilient and strong. Trying to leave an individual mark on the system is almost impossible unless you have an incredible amount of money and like political capital. And even then, the system is designed to keep going. But we impact each other in such incredible ways. And so I was thinking about that story, The Adventures of Lemonhead. What it should be is a 12-issue miniseries. Now, if it were regular comic books, but if it was a webisode still about, 12 episodes, if it was a video thing about 12 episodes, where in the first episode, still, Lemonhead dies. He gets killed. How? Why? Could be a million different things. Maybe Dark Mask didn't give him enough warning. And he went, what? And then whack, smacked by Dark Mask, broke neck, dead. Maybe it was aliens. Maybe it was an invasion. He lives in a superhero world. There are superheroes and supervillains everywhere. He's only got this one minor power. Dark Mask is another just extremely minor thing. He knows a bunch of extremely minor characters, but he gets killed. First episode, still, he's gone. He's dead. Now, he's dead, but of course, you still see him in his afterlife adventures at first. Because after the first episode, he dies. Dark Mask accidentally kills him. The second episode, you see him in the afterlife trying to come back. Because people coming back, superheroes and supervillains, that happens in comic books. They come back. So he's trying to do that. But you see him in the second episode, whatever. And then he's gone for an issue. And then another one. And then he's gone for 2 episodes. And then another one. And then gone for 3. And then the final one. Because he's dead. It's not his story anymore. Even though it's The Adventures of Lemonhead, he's dead. It's not his story. He gets wrapped up with his adventures in the afterlife to the point that he forgets he's trying to do this quest to come back to life and just has his adventures in his afterlife because it's his afterlife. He's dead. His story isn't important to us anymore. And so the Adventures of Lemonhead, like after the 9th one, we never hear of him anymore. But the impact on everybody else, that's what I wanted to write everything about. Because Dark Mask, yeah, he's a jerk. He's thick. He's not that smart. But it's the impacts of all this. He can't get over it. He wants to. He's trying to. But he can't get over it mentally. And the rest of the world keeps reminding him. Eventually, Dark Mask drinks himself to death. He does not survive this little thing. The guilt of what happened, of his part in it, and being unable to get over it. Yeah, he drinks himself to death. And his wife, she loved him. She loved Lemonhead very strongly. It wasn't a perfect marriage. It wasn't a perfect thing. He did things that infuriated her, but altogether she loved him. But now he's dead and gone. And it's her trying to bring her life forward from that. And all these other people that his life impacted, that he was a part of, how they're handling it and how they're not handling it. And the last issue, of course, is Dark Mask is gone. Some of the others are still spiraling out of control, but that's just the way it ends. Some people survived it, some people didn't. Some people are still out of control. But that's life. It's not one of those grand wrap-up things. It's this horrible thing happened and this is the impact on these people's lives type of story. And that now is the adventures of Lemonhead. This is how it should have been told. This is what it's been trying to be for all this time, and I've never been able to be the kind of person that was necessary to actually tell it. So the fact that I was able to come up with all this finally together to figure out what to do with them, it brings a kind of peace and passage to their story and Lemonhead's story, because he and everybody in his life, they've just been sitting there and worrying and boiling but unable to be finished. Now there's peace. It's not a happy peace, and for some of them it won't be over until they're gone as well. But finally, thumbs up for that though. I'm very glad. It's good. So tomorrow or so, hopefully I'll be able to re-drag out my Adventures of Lemonhead comic book thing that I still have back there in my storage area type thing in my bedroom. So hopefully I'll be able to find that for tomorrow and give everyone a look-see. That'll be pretty cool. Past that, I've just been trying to survive as well. Been playing games, been just watching videos, trying to exercise as much as I can, trying to eat less. I mean, last night I was actually at the store and I was thinking about what I wanted to eat, what I didn't want to eat, what my weight was, what I should buy, what I shouldn't buy. And then I said, well, you know what? These are hard times, and enjoying myself is something that is better than punishing myself during times that are hard. As long as I don't go crazy, punishing myself isn't going to help anything. So I bought a bag of donuts for $2 last night, and I devoured them all in one sitting. Past that, I didn't eat a whole lot yesterday, so I'm not starving myself. I'm trying to really cut down my calories. I don't want to have that painful grinding dagger in my gut like I used to. But I can't just go feeding myself every time I'm hungry. I don't want to gain back my weight. Losing weight is hard. And 99.9% of people that lose weight gain it back at some point. I'm trying hard to not do that. I've already proven that I can be in a very tiny percentage of people because I'm still sober. I have fallen. I am a human being. The shame is not in falling. The shame is in not getting back up. I have fallen. I've gotten back up. The grand amounts of times I have fallen have added up to, in the past 20 years, like maybe 10 times I've fallen in 20 years. Something along there. I'm not quite sure of the exact amounts. That's a lot, but not a ton. And I'm still sober. And that's a good thing. Where was I going with that? You know, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, my weight. So I've proven that I can do some things. I just have to prove that I can bring my weight back down. Ugh. Thumbs up for that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, mourning, and more, I am lucky sometimes I can remember what my own name is. I have forgotten. So we have Ivo Vanderwolf, thumbs up and thank you. Nicholas McLean, greatly appreciated. Doomslayer, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments, thank you. Sierra Tapper, thumbs up and thank you. And yeah, BMI, it's not the best. Insignificant Nick, always good to see you in the comments. Lucifer is spelled with an FXR, thumbs up and thank you. Ander, with looks like it's some form of Japanese letter, I believe. Thank you very, very much. Nikki Lawleet, thumbs up and thank you. Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. Stimpy, thumbs up and thank you. BLVIZE, thumbs up. We have SMKWDPNTWLL, thumbs up and thank you. JT Sawis, thumbs up. Melissa R, good to see you in the comments. And we have Caden Stone, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. We have Christopher Thomas, thumbs up. Bullcrap TV, greatly appreciated. Baraka Bokobza, BOKOBZA, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. I sure hope I've got this correct with the numbers. We have Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Sinless Chaos, I like the name. And then last but not least, Swaggy Jiggy, thumbs up and thank you all. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and when you're depressed, that's extremely important. You need other voices inside of the echo chamber of your own skull. Even if you're not depressed, you need other voices in the echo chamber of your skull. So thank you all so very, very much. Definitely appreciate it. And if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. I need to check the list to make sure it's accurate. If you could check it out, that would be very, very awesome. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up on that. And of course, the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready, to cast that scorn upon any and all whom it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And of course, Black Lives Matter. They really do. I mean, it may seem like a weird concept to some people, but it is true. And justice for everybody, that the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating and brutalizing them in their homes and on the streets. Yay. Thumbs up. So, thumbs up for all that. I've got this video here. I've got the second half of a video I need to edit and then render and then upload. So, got stuff to do on this slow weekend day. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, stay in unless you have to go out, and if you have to go out, please practice your social distancing. This is very contagious. It's not a joke. It's very, very serious. Please be careful. Be as creative as you can. Practice the self-care that you can. And you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. and that is a very good thing.